There are few friendships in rock history as unexpected and as heartfelt as the bond between Elton John and Led Zeppelin. One is the king of glitter, sequins, and stadium pianos. The other is the hammer of the gods, a band built on thunder, mysticism, and sheer volume. Yet for decades, Elton John has spoken with astonishing admiration about Zeppelin's brilliance, and today, on Legends Uncovered, we reveal the 5 Led Zeppelin songs Elton John absolutely loves. The tracks that shaped him, inspired him, and left him stunned by their power. This isn't a cold ranking. This is Elton speaking from the heart, as a friend, a fan, and a fellow legend. 5. Kashmir. The song that left Elton speechless. Elton has said many times that Kashmir is one of the greatest rock recordings ever made, not just Zeppelin's best, but one of the best by anyone. Back in the mid-70s, Elton heard the track blasting from a studio monitor and reportedly froze. A sound engineer claimed Elton didn't blink for the entire song. Then he said, "That is a monster." What Elton loves most is the arrangement, that hypnotic marching progression supported by strings, horns, and John Bonham's earth-shaking drumming. He once described it as rock music lifted into the heavens. Kashmir appealed to Elton's own love of big cinematic arrangements. It wasn't just a rock song. It was a journey, a world of its own. 4. Going to California. The song that showed Zeppelin's soul. Elton John has always adored great songwriting. And that's why Going to California holds a special place for him. He's talked about Zeppelin's acoustic side many times, telling a friend during a dinner in the early 2000s, "People forget how gentle they could be. This one is gorgeous." While most fans focus on Zeppelin's loudest moments, Elton points to the purity of this song. Robert Plant's vulnerable voice, Page's delicate guitar, and that floating, pastoral atmosphere. Elton once joked, "I wish I'd written it, but with a piano intro." It's the kind of track that reminds him of the emotional power of simplicity. No flash, no thunder, just heart. 3. Black Dog. The song that made him respect Robert Plant forever. When Elton first heard Black Dog, he wasn't just impressed. He was stunned. Robert Plant's vocal agility, the swagger, the power. It was unlike anything Elton had encountered. At a party in 1979, someone asked Elton what he thought of Plant's singing. He reportedly replied, "My God, he sings like a lion." Elton admired the impossible timing of the riffs and the way Plant's voice soared over the chaos. He often said that Zeppelin managed to be both brutal and elegant, and Black Dog captures that perfectly. To Elton, this song is proof that Robert Plant had a voice made not for radio, not for charts, but for mythology. 2. Stairway to Heaven. The song he once called untouchable. Even someone as musically fearless as Elton John hesitated to cover Stairway to Heaven. Why? Because, in his own words, you don't improve perfection. Elton has always loved the way the song builds, layer by layer, from ghostly calm to explosive transcendence. It mirrors the way Elton constructs some of his own classic ballads, and here's something most fans don't know. During the early 70s, Elton reportedly sat at a piano and attempted to play through the song, and stopped halfway through because he said it felt wrong to touch it. He admired its storytelling, its mystery, and especially Page's delicate transitions. To Elton, Stairway isn't a rock song, it's a sacred text. One, Whole Lotta Love, the song Elton calls the greatest riff ever written. This one tops Elton's list every time. Whole Lotta Love isn't just a Zeppelin classic. To Elton John, it is the unstoppable force of rock music. He loves everything about it. Page's explosive riff, Bonham's volcanic drumming, Plant's wild vocal attacks, the psychedelic breakdown, the raw, sweaty intensity Elton has said, half joking, half serious. When that riff starts, you don't just listen, You surrender. This was the song that made him take hard rock seriously. It showed him how fierce, how primal, and how brilliant Zeppelin could be. And here's a little-known story. During a rehearsal session in the early 70s, Elton tried playing the riff on piano. The band burst out laughing, but Elton kept going. Then he grinned and said, "See, even the piano bow's down to Page." Whole Lotta Love isn't just Elton's favorite. It's the one he believes defines Zeppelin's legacy for eternity. Why Elton loved Zeppelin so deeply. Elton John and Led Zeppelin came from different corners of the rock universe. But Elton admired Zeppelin for one simple reason. They never followed trends. They made them. He has always respected artists who write fearlessly, play boldly, and perform without compromise. And to Elton, Zeppelin represented the pinnacle of that philosophy. They were thunder. They were fire. They were magic. They were everything rock music was meant to be.